With so much grind in the game, it's easy to get lost and confused about what to do and when to do it. So I thought, you know what, why don't I show you what I do? This is my morning sequence, and this is a Starter Fleet command. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, as you can see, I've got 3 miners blown up there. They've finished their mining duties on the G4 territories. Yes, it is around about 10:45 I'm recording this. However, I did record earlier what I actually do in the morning. So, without further ado, why don't we cut over to the VT and actually show you what it is I do in the morning to get as much done as quickly as possible. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, I'm just a quick look around about for miners there. I actually don't know what I was doing, but here we go. Consumables. I usually start on the right side of the screen and I work my way counterclockwise. So I start collecting all these. I'm not particularly that actually bothered about the consumables themselves. It's more the axionic servos. They're the ones that I mostly want to actually gather. So as you can see, got 10 on that one. So, and you get a pull of either 10 or 16. It depends on RNG. And then obviously I move on to the gift section where I start claiming these. I don't quite understand why orb splinters have actually been put in this, but there you go. Collected my optical diodes. That's going to allow me today to upgrade my treasury to level 40. I collect the 10s and 4s because at the end of the day, every little helps at the end of the day. But this 24-hour chest has been a godsend since I actually got the Bajoran Favour. Ultra recruit tokens guaranteed every single day, alternating between premium and standard recruit tokens, and also a nice chunk of platinum. The most I've actually got out there in one go is 1,000 bits of platinum, so I was quite impressed with that one. So, and then moving back on. Now, obviously, this is VT recorded. I can't remember what I did, but here we go. Went into the helps and sorted out the helps. Then I moved over to the events, and I just made sure that what events I've completed, what I need to do during that day. And then I checked the actual daily events, see what there is. Now, I made a bit of a boo-boo here, and I sorted it out later on, but just to see what there was. I thought it was 2 officer XP spends. One was actually a recruit token. Syndicate XP. I'm not even going to touch on that one because I'm a little bit frustrated that I can't even get to the first milestone on that one. I know it's a heroic, but it should be a free-to-play player should still be allowed to get at least 1 or 2 milestones. Yeah, I'm not even going to get that. Now, also I moved on to the refinery. Normally I do start at the top and I work my way down, but as you quickly saw, I did have a couple of hours spare before the pull. And then I moved on to Isogen. I pull the middle chest all the time. Gives me a fair whack of emotion. And then I'll go pull the 2 chests in here to start getting my particles. Again, I did a video on this. I mentioned about this with the Alliance reputation. Also doing that every day. Then I start going through and trying to find what else I need to do. In here, it was the Cerritos. Pull the single chest every single day. That's 7 days. Providing you do the Wednesday events for it, and then obviously onto the resources, pulling these. I don't have the money to actually go buy the Prime Swarm node, so obviously I can't get the 5-time buff on this one. But from what I've seen, it's a massive increase, and it will really help you. So if you do have that extra $100 or £90 available, bit of moolah, go spend it on that. Borg Tech next. Now normally I flip between 1 and 2 chests, depending on how many of the charged nanoprobes I actually have. And again, active nanoprobes depends on my mood, whether I go 1 or 2. Gotta collect. You've got to collect your independent credits. Now, this next bit, the faction credits and the faction reputation, is entirely your discretion if you want to do it. I do it because obviously the reputation will build up my reputation. The credits just gives me more credits to actually go buy stuff in that particular faction store. And then I move on to the Latinum. Double pull all the way through this one. because it is linear. It makes logical sense just to do the double pull. So, and then what I'll do is I'll make sure I go out and mine all this later. So Latinum, that's the end of it. So that's the refinery done. Then I move on to factions, and then I start pulling the recruit tokens. Now I go for this one here because it is the best value. 10 tokens per faction credit. Just pull that one. Literally only that one. That's all you need to pull. And then I go through and I do it for all 3 factions. Don't touch those elite ones because they are a waste. Again, I did do a video on that one comparing it, and it was shocking. And even Rev Juice did a video and he said, really? It's like, really? And then obviously carried on. Again, pull here. And did I scroll further down for see if I got the... No, I didn't. I thought I might have got the wrong messages, but I didn't scroll. Again, independent credits, a must have. As you can see, that was 240 from the Borg, 75 from here. That's 315 credits per day. Obviously, it's a bit of a build up, and then obviously spend some data. Next up was the Rogue Store. Make sure I get these, so they're continuously building, even though I'm not doing the research in the Outlaw tree. Directives, credits, reputation. Got to go for data to directives. Again, it's going to build up, and it's going to build that Outlaw Armadas, uncommon and rare, every single 2 days. Then obviously we'll move on to the Bajoran faction store. I know I'm a bit behind, and I go for now 11,100 antimatter tokens in the hostile exchange for the Bajoran badges. Now that is very important to remember. Remembering that top one, always pull that top one, because you'll be able to do this. The directives, reputation. You will reach a point, if you've not got the Defiant yet, where you won't be able to do both reputation and Bajoran credits. If you can do both, do both. I do. If not, go for the reputation, because the quicker you get that reputation built up, the easier it is to have all these unlocked, ready for. As you can see, I've got favoured next up. I'm 4,320 away from it, but I'll get there eventually. That one took me by surprise, because I thought it was just credits and I was trying to build the credits to go get it. No, you need the diplomacy tokens. Boom! Because that means the hostile exchange there with the badges, I could have increased that. Now that's going to take me longer, because obviously I want to build the Defiant first. Well, I want to get all the blueprints for it, but it's still not going to take me too long to actually do it. This is the next target that I'm aiming for. Prophet's gift, because of the Syndicate XP and Bajoran badges. 500 Syndicate XP and an extra 100 badges per day. Per day. So when I get to the 2,100 credits, boy, is that going in. Dominion Domination, yeah, I'll get round to it once I've got the other one. So now what we're doing here, just a quick check on a 0 node. So, yep, I 0 noded somebody, and there you go. Shout out to Mighty Hawk there, who sadly lost his node, but it was 0, and he had a 5-minute warning. So I set my Valdor to remove him off the node, so I can, because I actually got removed off the next node up by the Bradford not long beforehand on a 0 node. Again, he sent me a message saying you're on a 0. No, sorry, I was OPC actually. I was OPC, so he came and took me off the node, OPC, not a problem. Then I sent the Valdor back out to do its, ready to do its grinding, because now we're getting to that point is, what do we do now? We've done most of the button pushing. As you can see, I've still got a load of red pips left over, but I don't bother with all that. So now I'm going to sort my miners out, get these meridians off these nodes, and get them changed over for the Horizon in this particular one's case, and then in the G4 Crystal it'll be changed over to the Cavorts. Now I'm not going to be bothering with the G4 miners, because at the end of the day, yes, they are faction material specific. So the USS Hydra will be gas specific, the Vortivar will be ore specific, and is it the Botra or something like that? will be crystal specific. Again, it's sinking materials and resources into another ship that at the minute I really don't want to be dealing with, because I want to get my Valdor up to tier 4 and then start saving for the push to 46. So yes, I am going to be stuck at 42 for a long time, but there's going to be plenty of stuff for me to do. Now, as you can see here, faction dailies, I've already got the Franklin A doing swarm. And you'll see what I'm particularly doing is I'm jumping between systems, doing 2 at the same time. I've got Strange New Worlds, Pike, Spock, and Jailer on the bridge for the swarm, and obviously PMC on the Valdor. Now, in this system, I'm going after the 43s and 44s, because that's ideally the targets I want to meet for my dailies. The dailies I'm using as my Here's my checklist. Have I done this? Have I done that? Have I done this? Have I done that? The only things we haven't got on it is Stellar, Borg, and the new Gem Hadar. So, for the Gem Hadar, I'm going to use those antimatter storage pods. 11,100 I need per day to do a pull. So, I'll always aim just above that. 12,000. A nice round figure. Yeah, that'll do it. I usually send 2, maybe 3 ships out to go do it to get it done faster, because they are a grind. Stellar is relatively easy. Oh, I found a scout. In this particular system, you'll always find a Federation scout. So if you do grind here, keep an eye out for that odd interceptor that comes flying around every now and again. Now, you'll also notice that I'm picking distances between ships, between my targets. One, this allows me to flip between the systems, because on the odd occasion, I'll be doing Stellar as well. On the odd occasion, I would be doing the Stellar as well. So I try and pick distance between the ships, so I've got the time to get from A to B. And I can get through up to 3 systems in one go. But, as well, it also allows my shields to regenerate. Because the one thing is, if you go after a target with your damaged shields, as that Franklin, if you hit another target straight after with that Franklin, without letting your shields regenerate, you will take more hull damage. I've noticed if I let my shields fully regenerate, I can hit more. Yes, it's going to be an extra few seconds. I've worked out roughly the let's just see, have a quick look when it ends its battle, and I can tell you that's going to be around about 10 seconds flight time. 10 seconds flight time to fully regenerate. Obviously I picked one that's about 20 odd seconds away. Fully regenerated, not a problem. Valdor, her shields are barely being touched, and that's a level 10. She's working away, level 11, thanks to an event that was actually going on. Also, you continue to collect all the things. I also need to collect my Nadions as well. At the time of recording, I need to collect them. So, yeah. But that's that. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to speed this up, because obviously this was a 23-minute video recording I did. Yes, I did all this in 23 minutes. It's a grind. It's a pain in the backside. But like I said, I got it all done before my kids got out of bed. So just getting up that half an hour early just to get all this done. Okay, so here we are, just doing off one more swarm. As you can see by the yellow tag behind me, I'm on 16. So that's going to change very shortly to 17. There it goes, it's changed. So now I'm going to check my dailies to see if I can play swarm. There you go, 65 swarm. Jobs are good and all done. Dailies 25, so 20 out of 25, so which means the Valdor needs to keep fighting. The Franklin now is free to start heading home. And then obviously this time, as you can see, my Discovery is also parked up waiting for me to come and see it. So again, flying around. the worst thing for the grinding, of course, as you all know, is the travel time in systems. There are researchers to improve your impulse speed in the Galaxy Tree, so I would recommend that you go there and check them out. Well, get that done. It does require the ISO resin though, so obviously in the resin you'll build up from that refinery, the territorial refinery, and job's good. So as you can see here, just blasting up the 44s and the 43s. There wasn't another scout, so I didn't end up chasing another scout. But the one thing is, grinding in the system means I'm going to find them. Yeah, and I'm going to get me messages. It's more Romanian credits for me as I build my way up through. So, and I think this one at the top that I selected was going to be the last one. If I remember correctly. Just throw out some helps. Right. 62 days. Ouch. Oh no, one more. Oh, that's it, because my numbers didn't change. Because obviously you'll notice that the numbers change. It's still on 17. And I think it changed to 20 when... Yeah, there you go. Changed to 20. So that's it now. The faction ones are done. So that's my swarm now done. That's my faction grinding now done. Obviously, at this point, I didn't actually... There we go. Now I've gone to check it. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's done. To me, that's... I know that's done. So the Valdor, instead of chasing the next one, is being called sent to Dominion Space, ready for grinding out there. So there we go. Chimera, send it there, and off we go. Now the next thing obviously I do is, because the Discovery is still sat there waiting for me, is I went and changed the Discovery, changed the Meridian, here we go, changed the Meridian over for the Cavort. So as you can see, just target a red dot, send it straight in. There you go, nice little caption of the ship flying through space. The downside is, there's no cinematics here for fighting. It just sits there and then just goes boop. But at least it didn't develop any holes. But anyway, so there it goes, back in dock, get it repaired. When I put a few speed ups through. Swap it over. And then summon it back out for going back on the node just to finish off. And then obviously once it's finished, because it's already done 100k for me, it's now doing another 100k, because I will aim, when it comes to mining the G4, I will always aim for two full nodes. That way I know for a fact I'm going to build up a backstock ready for the bonus refinery when it comes round. Now we actually get one once a month. Okay, so now I'm collecting all the stuff that I've already got, and as you can see, it's going to build up that top bar very, very quickly. Now, getting that Syndicate XP and badges is going to fill up that last available slot next to the 260, meaning I think I saw on Revs, because I know Revs got it, it's got 270. It's an extra 10 points. I'm easy blasting more than 260 points. I'm probably blasting close to about 450 points per day, if not more. I mean, if you go through every single one of these before you do them, you'll work out how many points you can get in total. Obviously, crack out a couple of away teams. I don't think I got a crit on these ones. I don't think. So, success. And no, I didn't get a crit. So, sod's law, it's the way it goes. But if anything, it's allowed me to get more dailies. As you can see, I got some more there, so I put them in later on. And that is pretty much it. There you go. In the morning, half an hour, I've done all my dailies. So, go out, collect my loyalty chest, since I actually got that available. So, there you go. That's what I'm getting. It's not a lot, but again, every little helps, and it really does help. In the long run, it really does help. And the way I'm looking at it as well, is I could potentially be on course for another treasury pull in January. Maybe if I'm really, really lucky, I might just squeeze one in December. Because obviously I've got the broken deceiving rods to collect this month. I've got my 28 days coming in 2 weeks' time. I've got the mini pass in, if they actually run it, the mini pass in the Ark. As you can see, I'm just running off an event here. But free-to-play players, if you've been doing all these things, your 28 days, you've been doing that mini pass, you don't need to pay anything for that mini pass. It's just the epic overflow at the end of it. And you get the epic overflow at the end of your main battle pass. You're going to be getting what? 960. Is it 960? No, actually no. It's a bit more than that, isn't it? But there's a potential. If anything, you can definitely get another treasury in January. If you're really, really, really lucky, you might just get it in December. But again, it just depends on how it falls, and it depends on how well you've kept on top of everything. So, but anyway, I'll let this continue. The RNG in this really needs sorting. But the fact I got 2 Wharf Shads, that's a bonus. That is a big bonus. But anyway, so that's it for today. That is my morning daily poll. Let me know what you think. Well, do you think there's anything I could do to speed it up, change it around? Or, I mean, as you can see there, I've got 3 ships there. They are all in Dominion space.